What's up guys, so welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another toy unboxing. Let's go! Okay guys, so in this video we will be opening the Kotobukiya ARTFX Premier line of Black Panther figure. So I'm pretty much excited to open this figure because of, I guess these are pretty much sought this year because of the Wakanda Forever movie that's soon to be released on the MCU. So without further ado, let's move on to the next camera and crack this open. Okay guys, so before we head on to the hand camera there, I forgot this. These are large box, so we cannot have it on the hand cam because it's too tight there. So we have here the front of the box. We have the actual Black Panther figure itself. So this is the Kotobukiya ARTFX Premier line 1/10 scale figure. And at the back here, if you're familiar with my previous unboxing, these are uniform all throughout the ARTFX Premier line. And onto the side, you have here the Black Panther name. Same goes with the other side. And on the top, you will see the ARTFX Premier line name and some information at the bottom here. And if you're familiar, these are sleeved box. So all you have to do is slide it out and you will see another packaging inside. It's on a white box. Okay, so you will see here the name ARTFX Premier, and on the sides, of course, it's not covered. That's why it's still popping out there or showing up. And at the back here, you'll see the Beyond Realistic. I just don't know if you can see the coat there. So this is their coat for this ARTFX Premier line. So these are high quality figures from their 1/10 scale collection. Okay, so without further ado, let's move on to getting it all out before we head onto the hand camera. Okay, so everything are inside this clamshell. Okay, there you go. So these are all of the parts for this Black Panther figure. Now let's move on to the next camera and see what's in us for this Black Panther figure. Okay, so let's start first with this one. So this figure has instruction manuals included. So basically this Black Panther figure has this light on setup, or somehow like it has a feature of a light on to its figure itself. So later on we will see onto this one. Let's just read it through. So enjoy the effects that can be seen in this photo by shining a black light sold separately, of course, or ultraviolet light to this statue. So basically we'll just flash on a UV light or a black light later on to see the details of this figure. So as you can see from the lights off, you will see plain black figures with the costume. And onto the other side, with the lights on, you will see some lightnings. I guess these are the vibranium. This is somehow the effect of the Black Panther costume, wherein it absorbs attacks and makes it as an attack for the figure, or I mean for the character. So make sure to read the instructions included with the ultraviolet black light before using on this statue. So it might hurt your figure if you just use normal or somehow like substandard black lights. Kotobukiya will not take responsibility for any damages that may occur with the incorrect use of ultraviolet violet light and so on. Okay, so let's move on to the parts here. Okay, so these are inside these clamshells. So starting with the collector's card here, or the serial card. Okay, there you go. So this is the actual figure itself, Black Panther ARTFX Premier. And at the back you will see the number or serial number for this figure. So it's 183 out of 2,000 figures. And maybe we can start with the head here. There you go. So I just don't know if you can see it properly. These are not just like black coat or somehow like a costume. It somehow like has this blue effect on it, or it's not really black, it's blue. And as you can see, the eyes here are on silvers. Very nice. So these are the classic costumes. This figure is based on a classic costume wherein it has this weave-like adamant, vibranium armor or suit. Okay, so that is your head sculpt. Nice. Moving on with the, okay, so we have here a separate hand. So this is, I guess this is the left hand. So it has an open palm with claws coming out from this hand. So these are also in blue-ish color, not black. And it has this silver lining. I guess later on we can show this silver lining, or somehow like this silver lining has to pop out when flashed to a UV light or a black light. Very nice. The detail of this figure's armor is very nicely done. It's a weave-like effect. It's like a cloth. Okay, moving on. Okay, so let's do the other hand here. So it's still the same. It's an open palm with claws coming out from these gloves, and it has the same glow or effect onto this armor piece, which is a blue effect, or somehow like a bluish, something like that. It's sparkling with silvers. I just don't know if you can capture it on this camera. Okay, and moving on to the main body here. Okay, so the main body here is almost complete without the head and the arms. The hands here. So it's pretty much the same. I think this time you can see it that it's not totally black. It's somehow like a bluish color costume, and it has the touch of silvers. I guess these are representing their product of vibraniums. So Wakanda is very popular with the vibranium steel, which I guess I think that's the problem with their community in terms of invading people from the outside, wherein they are stealing vibranium from their resources. Okay, going to the bottom here. So both of the legs or feet here has pegs, and as you can see here, the boot is actually weathered. And it's not just like weathered or somehow like a dirt. It's there. They designed it with like that, with the what do you call this one? Mud or something like a dirt on the boots here. Very nice. Okay, so let me just assemble first. So going with the right hand. So these are snap fit, easy to assemble. All you have to do is put a little bit of pressure so that it can go directly or fit through the assembly part. Okay, there you go. And the head sculpt. How are you going to insert this one? Okay, like this. Okay, so it's facing like this, so the body somehow like shifted from the sides facing forward like this. Let me just push it a little bit more. The necklace here are not movable. I was thinking that you can move it a little bit, but it's sticking onto the neck here, or the collar of this figure. Okay, so let's just head on to the last part of this figure. So if you're familiar with the rest of my Avengers figure for this ARTFX premiere, it has this kind of base. So this is a little bit heavier than the previous one. I guess the previous one that we opened was it Thor or Loki? Oh, in terms of Avengers, it was Thor, and I guess Thor has hollow base. So this one feels like hollow. It sounds like hollow, but it's a bit heavier than the the Thor base. Okay, so you can also see the serial at the bottom here, 183 out of 2000. ARTFX Premiere Marvel, made in China. So I guess that's all for this figure. Let's just now assemble it and let's see how can we show the light of feature of this figure. So all you have to do is insert the pegs for this. Okay, so there you go. Overall, I really like how this figure looks like. It's somehow like a classic Black Panther, but I guess these are not just from the classic comics reference, because these are a little bit newer, and I guess these are just designed to replicate or somehow like to show up what Black Panther suit really looks like onto the original form or original version. But these are newer designs. I just don't know if you can see the sparkle of silvers from this figure's body. It has those silvers or somehow like a blue glow onto this suit or armor, and I'm pretty much excited onto what we can see once we light it up with blue light. Okay, so let me just get blue light here. Okay, so I used this with my tutorial on how to identify fake Pokemon cards. I also use this one usually for Funko Pops, glow in the dark. And let's see if we can see something different from this. I just don't know, you can see it properly when the lights is okay. So there you go. Can you see it? I just don't know if you can see it properly, but as you can see, when I position the light onto where it should be, can you see that? It's somehow there's glowing inside onto this figure. Let me just turn off the light first and be right back. Okay guys, so we are out of our main lights now, so we can show up the light feature of this Black Panther figure. So I'll just position the black light far from the figure itself. I just don't know if you can see it. There are linings for this figure that shows up blue light on it. Very nice. I'll turn off the blue light. That's the normal color for this figure. Then if I'll open the blue light again, I guess these are the features that they're referring to this manual here. So the manual says here that there's a lighting, somehow like there's a line, should I say, but the lines here are showing up like silver, but I guess the real color for this one is this blue colored lights. Let me go at the back here so that you can see it clearly. There you go. From the pot going up here, there are somehow like absorbing, if you're familiar with Black Panther suit, it absorbs attacks from enemies and use it as an attack for himself. So that's the suit or the effect of the suit. Even the boots here has also lights or somehow like lines there. Let me just focus the light to a specific area there. There one. There you go. So this is a new type of figure, I guess. This is the first time I see this kind of effect onto this figure. It has this glowing like lights inside the figure's body, and I'm pretty much satisfied. Let me just see what we have on the face. Okay, so on the face you will see also lightings from the edge of this helmet, right? There's an glow onto the edge of the helmet and onto this other. I just don't know if these are glow in the dark effect, but I guess it only glows or somehow like it only shows up if you point a black light onto this figure. So this is a pretty much nicely done figure with this effect. Nice. Okay guys, so there you go. So we're able to open our ARTFX Premiere 1/10 scale Black Panther figure. So of course the notable here is the glow effect of this figure, which is you cannot see it on with your bare eyes without the black light or the UV light. So that's cool. That's the first time I've seen that kind of effect. Though we are familiar with the glow in the dark using black light to pop up the glow, but this time this is not a glow in the dark. It's just that when you point a black light onto this figure, it's somehow like the effect of the glow will pop out onto this figure. So that's a nice effect, though it's not that much noticeable if you're not using black light, but it still looks Black Panther to me. So I guess if you're familiar with that one, in the MCU movie, he absorbs all the attacks and make it as an attack for himself, or more powerful attack for himself. So that's how the suit works. I guess they integrated the effect of the suit with this figure itself. So it's pretty much Black Panther in terms of the design. Same goes with the effects of this suit. So I'm pretty much satisfied with this figure. This is I guess this would go number 1 for all of the ARTFX premiere that we opened here on the channel. So I think that's all for this video. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe because we still have more of this one. And notify yourself every time we have a new upload. Power lang. Patas. Bye-bye.